this is the end of the world. So it goes how it goes. If your money is no longer good with God, it just drowns in another. And God will just punish you when you put $1 into God instead of a benefit. If countries don't give me a percentage and produce money, after a certain amount of time, the opportunity is forever lost. And it's similar to your money is not good with God anymore. If companies don't hire me to do powerful, unthinkable things to prove I'm me, at some point it's all lost. And the power of God will do nothing for them anymore. Similar, once again, to their money is no good anymore. And then they just drown off. Because I will always have the island I created. I will always be the God I am. And I will always live on. So they don't make it. And that's all, sadly, that happens. In 1974, you could have bowed down and given me everything, and then you would have had a planet out of the wildest, powerful things I could think of or make or create. If you bowed down to the worship of my greatness in 1974, you could have had everything I could build a soul and powers and stuff to me. But no one did, so it's just over. I really only want to worship and lavish those that worshipped and lavished me the whole time. Because even though they couldn't give me the $1, their heart and soul wanted to constantly the whole time. And even though they couldn't worship me and had to worship some Mary statue, they wanted to worship and adore the real me the whole time. Those are the ones that I want to lavish my powers on and spoil. The rest, it is what it is. So that's how it works. They have a window of opportunity to serve, love, and worship and bow down to the almighty dead queen me. If they do not, then their money is no good with me as a God equivalent takes over. And they belong to evil God enemies and no longer have a situation to have any opportunities. So if a company says, possess my company, produce this karma car, if I like it, you get blank percentage, and you know it's legally binding, and my powers produce the karma car, and in the contract it said legally binding if the karma car was out of dreams or whatever, built by a god and had nothing to do with human understanding of anything. And then there's 5 billion tons of money in my lap. That company wins the lottery and has a future with the wealth and the power and the reality of God. If they say, well, I don't know if I believe it, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. After a certain amount of time, the respect, the worship, the reality of the power of God turns into the hatred of God. And they turn into the 666 side of why a dead God was so destroyed, desecrated, and mistreated on this planet in front of everyone. And their money is no good with God's anymore. Therefore, there's no future from the power of God towards them anymore. And they just revert to dead old reality that drowns in the 666 bad side. And that's how it works. So everyone has a certain amount of time to work with the power of God or lose everything. And you might say, well, what if they just want to live off their good karma or whatever? Yeah, it does exist, but not without my existence. So sadly, you wouldn't want to understand a lot of things. So children of God, always bow down to higher powers. If you believe in Scientology, Buddhism, Jewish, no matter what you are, children of God, bow down to all powerful, good reality. all you have to do to bow down to good reality is say it in words. I am a Jewish religion, Buddha religion. But I bow down to the greatness of the power of good. And that is putting all gods of goodness and Bonnie Hanukkah of goodness. That is putting my queen in goodness reality first. And then whatever you build will build, but only how you or Buddha or something built it. When I'm talking to people, I'm talking to the people that wanted everything from the biggest dead god ever known. And that's the only way